What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Here we are on New Comic Book Wednesday. I hope you're all having a very good day today. There are quite a bit of great new comic books that are hitting the shelves today. Make sure that you go out and support your local comic book shop. If not, hey, get online, check out some new comic books. There are several good ones. I think I've got most of my reading done already. Yesterday went to the comic shop to help get the pull list done. Got like I said, we went live yesterday because they were a bit late. They had to get some supplies also. So instead of making 2 trips, you make 1. It just makes sense. So got the comic books in a little bit late, and that's why I didn't get my pull list video at the shop this week, just because things were a little bit late, so didn't have the time to get it done. But I hope you're all having a very good day, and I suppose I could always go back and sit there and shoot one at the comic shop. But often everybody does these pull list videos, and I figured what we're gonna do is we'll just start doing the video instead of doing the pull list video, because I tell you on Monday what's on my comic book pull list when I ask you what's on your comic book pull list. So the pull list videos are probably going to come to an end, but what we will do is we'll probably just start doing some reviews of the books that have come out. So I hope you're all having a very good day today, and we are going to get into this little conversation I wanted to talk about here. Is remember, what was it? A couple weeks ago, about a month ago. Remember, I watched The Social Dilemma. Remember, and I was morally superior for a couple weeks. Well, the high is worn off, and now we're back to reality. Yeah. I know. Happens to the best of us. And we're going to talk about it. So let's get into the chats and see who all we have here. We have my man, ReeferMan Reviews. What is up, my brother, Mike Porter? My favorite Porter. It says, perfect timing. My wife's teaching from home and I've lost my headphones. Okay, I'll make sure to keep it PG. I'll make sure to keep it PG. Maybe PG-13. How you doing, Reefer? Mike Porter, my favorite Porter as well. Thank you so much for being here. Eric Heine, what is up, my man? Fanjecture says, damn, thumbnail had me hoping you trim that beard. No, I just didn't draw one on there. I didn't draw the beard on there. It's No Shave November, right? Isn't that what it is? Isn't that what all these... Isn't it fake masculinity month? Isn't that what... Isn't it fake mask? I don't know. I'm sorry, Eric. Like, a community live stream, that's great. We can get, eventually we'll just take in live callers, raw callers and stuff like that. But a community live stream is something we kind of want to plan ahead of time. Hey, the last one we planned, me and you missed it. You missed it. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. But we'll do one. We'll do one again. We'll do one again soon. Probably when we've got time. When we've got time. Time is certainly not on my side as of right now. Getting ready to go into Thanksgiving and then into the holiday season with my business and everything. But anyway, guys, yes. Speaking of that thumbnail, Adam, we are. Oh, good. So thanks, you'll shave. No. Remember, it's part of my weight loss program. It's part of my weight loss program. You thought I was kidding about that, right? You thought I was kidding about that? No, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I only did this to appease you a little bit. Just a little bit. Landon CLB, thank you so much for being here. But yeah, so I want to get into a little bit of a discussion about the social dilemma, because some things that are just things that we see online as fans, being in whatever fandom you're a part of. There's always something going on, you know what I mean? And it's something, it's all these interactions that we have. But before we get into all of that, let me know, have you guys seen that little documentary? Documentaries are good. I like a good documentary. It makes you think about stuff, which is good. You should be thinking about stuff. Sometimes, what's it pull out of you? The cynicism. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, things are It's that bad. Yeah, okay, pal. You know, and sometimes it gets people like, oh my god. Oh my god. You can't eat McDonald's every meal for every day for a month without what? Of course you can. I already do it. But this has got me scared now. You know, that's how that's generally how it works, you know. Then you get all the in-betweeners, you know, we're like, oh, that's a pretty good. You know, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's always talking about it, you know. It's enlightening. Everybody's enlightened for a little while, right? Yeah. Yeah. You know? But then maybe you watch it again, or maybe you remember it all of a sudden again. Because like there's serious stuff going on. Anyway, guys, let's get into some comic books. Dark Knight's Death Metal, I'm gonna say, pretty. The story here, decent story going on in the book this week. This book, very thin, $4.99. DC, I'm watching you. You know this is one of the last. I know why you're doing this, because you know you can do the $4.99 thing. You know, I don't have a choice to pay $3.99 for a regular, not cardstock cover. You know, from reading the story. If you're reading just Death Metal, just the main story, and you're on issue number 5, you got 2 issues left. $4.99 for this thin a book, man. I don't even know if this is like the size of a regular comic book. This feels pretty thin. You give me this thing without a cardstock cover, I'm sitting here going like, does this not have ads in it? And is it only 21 pages of story? Are you shitting me? Oh man. At your LCS, make sure you pick this up this week. Free issue. Stormbreakers. It's the next generation of elite artists. I didn't flip through here or anything, but I think what they're doing is just kind of highlighting some of the new artists that they have on the here, you know, on at the Marvel stable. Like they got Iban Coelho. You know, I know I've read some books that he's done. Let's see. Also, they've got RB Silva. RB Silva is man, one of the guys who did a bunch of beautiful work on the what is it, the House of X? Powers of X? Was it the House of X or Powers of X? Because on one of them was RB Silva, and on the other one was the probably in here too. Carmen Carnero. Carmen Carnero is actually can be a decent artist. Can be, not all the time. I mean, not everybody hits home runs, right? Juan Cabal. Anyway, they go through here. They got some of the different, some of their young and upcoming talent. Oh man, make sure you check that out. Widowmakers. Check this Check this cover out right there too. Right? Isn't that badass? I like that. You know what? It's done by what's I don't even know. Jung Jun. Oh. Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. Like it's the same artist. He uses the same uh Black Widow hourglass there. He's got pretty nice cover. Pretty nice cover. I gotta say, this book was actually pretty decent. It was actually a pretty decent read. Um the only thing is I would say is the timing of this book. Like some things happen in this story and they tell you to make sure to read Black Widow. And it's like, well, like that's already happened in Black Widow. We already knew that. You know what I mean? It seems like it's like this should have come before. This should have come out before issue number 3. But we know all the release order's been messed up because of the year and all of that kind of stuff. But anyway, let's see. Right here, Symbiote Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man, issue number 1. This is King in Black. Now, this one I got from the shop. I'm gonna review this one. It's part of the King in Black series, so I'm not reading King in Black or anything. I can see how it's tying in. The story seems like it might still be a good standalone story by itself, but you know, I'll review it here as it progresses. And if it's good, I might get the trade paperback, because I do like um, Peter David, what he's done with the Symbiote Spider-Man story, and then even Greg Land's art in the book has been pretty good. So, but I think, isn't Greg Land the guy that steals everyone's artwork? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The Amazing Spider-Man: The Last Remains. Um, pretty good issue here. We see Kindred. In case you don't know, haven't been reading the story, Kindred, who is already known to us, the reader, has finally been revealed to Peter Parker. We've known for at least like the last, what, 2-3 issues? Yeah, of the regular series, not the LRs. The Amazing Spider-Man, though, well, Kindred finally revealed himself to Peter. That's on. I'll leave it at that. For those of you who've been reading, that's, you know. So that's kind of what happens in the story. That's, you know, it's not even really spoiler, because you know he's gonna find out anyway. Just some of the things that go on in this book. It really seemed like there was a little more art in the book than there was words and story. And sometimes, you know what, that's okay. Sometimes that's okay. I must have missed that show. How is it part of it? Oh, my weight. Oh, you don't know why you don't know how the facial hair and the hair and everything is part of the weight loss program? I can't say right now. You know what? We'll keep it for members only. We'll keep it for members only, Adam. We'll keep it for members only. But do you want me to do a separate video, or would you like me to? We can do it in the live stream. We can do it in the live stream this weekend. We can do it in the live stream this weekend. For sure. For sure. I've seen Social Dilemma, and I'm not social at all. Don't look at me. Oh man, Air Spider 23, thank you so much for being here. It says Stormbreakers, yeah. Yeah, it's highlighting the different artists in there. I think there's like 4 or 5 different artists they got in there. I don't know, maybe more. It's a decently thick book. Yeah, and Symbiote Spider-Man, yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, I like what Peter David's story he's done with throughout that series. That they've kind of done, like what they've done. And here's the thing: what I like about what they've done with the Symbiote Spider-Man series is they've just given us little, what are they, 6 issue? I think each one's 6 issues. They might be 5. Little story arcs. That's it. I'm happy with that. I don't need an ongoing. I can have a little miniseries and enjoy it for what it is. I personally think that a lot of comic books should maybe think about doing that, instead of having like this ongoing, you know, storylines go on for 100 issues, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, some of the characters probably deserve that, an ongoing story, but it's got to be a good story. It's got to be a good story. And not kind of drug out like Nick Spencer's Spider-Man seems like it has been. You know, it seems like it's just because it's tied into too many events. But that's what I like about Symbiote Spider-Man. Very nice. No, Adam Trinity won't shave because he's got to get ready for the Amish Santa Claus season. Oh yeah, oh yeah. By the way, who was it? I think it was Pope Cerebus. Wants me to be Brother Hezekiah. Brother Hezekiah, yes. Oh, Star Wars Santa. I hope you... Did you get me one of those hats? Did you give me the hat? Does it come with the little... Does it come with the little things on there? That's what I want to know. Louis the 13th, how are you doing? The Fix Your Red stream was sweet, by the way. Alright, you like that? Yeah, I'll probably do more videos like that. Like I was saying, part of the only reason it's hard for me to do that a lot is because it's always friggin' windy where I live at. But I was thinking, you know what, I was thinking maybe I could take like a little solo cup and maybe cut it around, but then I'm gonna be running around on my bike with everything, all this stuff in there to get out and start recording. I'm gonna have a solo cup there with me. I'm gonna be like, "Is it beer pong time? What? People even play beer pong still? Is that still a thing?" I don't know. I like the way they released Symbiote Spider-Man. Totally agree. Same team on the book too. Yeah, and they had the same team. Every single one of them is the same. It's been Peter David, Greg Land, Frank D'Armata. Wait, who was the inker? I think they had an inker too. I could be wrong. There. But yeah, and it's a good team too. I like it. Maybe we'll see on Monday. I don't know, Eric. Maybe on the weekend. Two Gun Pedro. Pew pew. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? You're confusing the Hesig. Oh, okay. Dang. Then there you go. There's a little bit of lesson in some culture. All right. You got me. That's what we got Santa for, man. You think Santa ascended to the throne without some sort of vast knowledge? Or reading some books about that kind of stuff and having that kind of knowledge? Yeah. All right. Yeah, no problem, Santa. Okay, for those of you guys who have been reading the Ten of Swords, look. I know there's plenty of people that are out. They're like, screw this, I'm done. Ain't no Ten of Swords, nothing. I can't blame you. I can't. I can get it. The past couple weeks, you know what? And, I want to shout out to Wes and the doc. The doctor, they were doing released a video on Thinking Critical the other day, talking about the Ten of Swords and how last week they said, like the week before, they said they were done reading it, and the doc went and he bought it anyway. He did it. He fell for it, and they read last week's issues, weren't happy about it. They did a video late last week, they're talking, just like they were all mad. Like Wes is like, yeah, the doc talked me into it, so went out and got him, and man, they were all mad. I'm like, hey, at this point, you can only be mad about yourself. Because you said you were done. And you went and bought it anyway. You can only be mad at yourself this time. It's funny though, but I hear you. I get it. For me, like, thought the story, like, at this point, I already know what to expect. What does chat me is how they repeated that whole issue, and as many times as they repeated that damn story. And I know we were talking about that one day on the stream. Somebody was like, oh, well, we're getting different points of view. Yeah, I know. We know there's different sides to the story. That's kind of how stories work. There's different sides. We don't need each one of them explained. The story that we got from Summoner in issue 2 was good enough. That was good enough. Completely good enough. Especially considering Cypher gave us that story clear back in Powers of X. But I digress. These issues, they forward the story pretty decent. It's almost done. Sometimes I wonder, like, I get people are off of this story, they're done with what's going on, and here's the thing is, like, how much, like, just go back and read House of X and Powers of X. You really need to read no further. Maybe I would say read X-Men Fantastic Four also. Or was it Fantastic Four X-Men? Read that one too. That's really all you need to read. You don't need to read the rest of it. You already know what's going to happen. Just from what's laid out in House of X and Powers of X. But the thing is, all these things have already been played out. They've been laid out. We know what's going on. We know the timeline of the story. We know these things. But just go back and read them, and that's the thing is, everybody's losing sight of what we learned there in the House of X and Powers of X with all this stuff that's going on. And that's something I said a while back, is like, I'm enjoying the journey. I want to see how we get there, but I'm pretty sure I already know how this is all going to end. And I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. I'm willing to concede that. I'm just some idiot who's reading all of these comic books. Everybody thinks Jonathan Hickman is so big-brained. Well, he gave you everything you needed to know. He gave you everything you needed to know. He already spoon-fed you this story in the one that everybody loved so much. Yeah, in House of... He already spoon-fed you the whole damn story. There's no real need to read all this stuff. But, like I said, I enjoy the journey. And believe me, it's not all necessary. It's not all necessary to read it all. Obviously, some people are learning that through the Ten of Swords. But what it ultimately comes down to... we've got videos coming up on it. We got videos coming up on it. Okay, Trinity, did you see my favorite Porter picture? Yes, I did. That was great. You know what? And Mike, I'm gonna need to get probably a picture from you, because I was gonna work on getting one of the emojis there in the chat of you as well. I was gonna do that. Say other than 20 minutes, what did I miss? Nothing. Just talking about some comic books, and we're gonna get into a little bit of what the real social dilemma is. But how are you doing today, XR? Hope all is good. They started with 6 series and quickly ballooned to like 20 X-Men books. Yeah. And they've only canceled one. They only canceled Fallen Angels, right? And they replaced it with Hellions. That Megan Trainor song is fire, says Santa. Yeah, man. He was going through it yesterday. He loves it. Okay, guys. I got these from Aftershock Comics this week. Dead Day. It's the end of the series. I like the way this series ended. Very good. Go read this book. It'll be on trade paperback pretty soon, I'm sure. We Live, issue number 2. Man, I'm really digging this story. They actually put in this story, you should go look them up here on YouTube. But they have songs. They have a soundtrack that goes with each issue. Like, they have a song. Yeah, they have a song that goes with... Like, you can play it while you're sitting there reading the book. Like, oh, that's so cool. It's a pretty good book. I like issue number 2 here. Of course, you guys know I like Aftershock. AWA Upshot, another one of my favorite publishers. Bad Mother, issue number 4. It's pretty good. Pretty good series. There's only one issue left. This one was pretty good, pretty interesting. In Glendale, Kentucky. Issue number 3 of 4. I like this book. This is good. Nice little 4-issue horror series about these people who are growing marijuana on this land. This, I guess you can say it's somewhat sacred, but they kind of made this deal somewhat. This family made this deal with these Grendel in order for their crops to grow good. Now they have to sacrifice people, basically, to get their crops and things to grow there. Very good book. Very interesting. Oof. You know what's funny? I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this for a while, right? These 2 books on Boom Studios. Something is Killing the Children and Boom Studios. Remember, I've been talking about how, like, I don't know, man. Like, these books seem like they're just dragging this thing along. Just dragging me along. Something is Killing the Children in this issue actually feels like it's really progressed the story forward. And maybe we're going to come to the end of, a decent story arc for, Erica Slaughter getting done in this town. Once in Future. Issue number, what is this, 13? One of the series I tell you keeps kind of stringing me along. Well, here, in this one, I guess you could say this is kind of the start of a new story arc in issue number 13. So issue number 12 would have ended it, because I think that's how it was, because I think the first volume was 6 issues. Second would be 6 issues. This one actually feels like the start of a new story arc, where issue number 12 felt like the end of one. Kind of. Because we're still dealing with King Arthur here. But in this one, we get a new villain. And I know in the second arc we had Beowulf, but like, I don't know. We still got King Arthur there all together, but of course, I guess he's the head guy that they're after, and maybe that's what they're gonna do is go through all of these different folktale stories before Duncan and his granny and Rose end up ending this series. If it ends. Oh, sorry. Man, Ice Cream Man returns in issue number 21 this week, guys. Whew. Love this series. Love this series. This issue is good, guys. You the Ice Cream Mans out there, you the Ice Cream Man fans out there, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one. You know, and somebody mentioned it here in the comments one day too about, because I said like Ice Cream Man is nice because it's like a book that's like a series of one shots. You don't really have to know the whole story, everything that's going on. And somebody mentioned like, well, there kind of is. And then here, like when you get into this one, you can really see that there is. Now, I would say that I didn't read. I don't think I hopped on to Ice Cream Man until like issue number 7 or 8. So I don't know that full story. What happened in issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense here. Really liking this story, man. Freaking love Ice Cream Man. Great, great book. I think in January, they are the solicits are getting ready to come due. The solicits are getting ready to come due. So I think isn't it January? I think it's January. Might be February. But the FOC is getting ready to be due on the 20th, guys. Head out to your LCS. W. Maxwell Prince has a new series coming out on Image Comics called Ha Ha. Go pick it up. Go put it on your pull. Just go put it on your pull list right now. Thank me later. Stillwater, issue number 3. This series is good, guys. What else would you expect from Chip Zdarsky? The first 2 issues kind of felt like, yeah, okay, you know. Issue number 3 really kind of like got me there. Like, okay, like I'm in on this. I like this story. Stillwater, good book, entertaining, fun. And like only Chip Zdarsky could make me not feel bad about laughing watching an adult push a child off of a building rooftop. Moving on. Shadow Service. Another great book, guys. This is a good like horror book, but it's also got magic. If you want magic, horror, it's great. MI666. They're out there guarding the underground from demons and stuff. Good stuff. Shadow Service, love it. Love it, love it. Then, you know, got a few other issues here that I haven't read that I still got to get to. Actually, this one right here. Sarah and the Royal Stars. I read that a while back on digital. I love this series. The only one, like, issue number 8 was kind of like, come on, guys. Like, we get the picture. Like they Tom Taylored. Like, anyway. Good stuff. Good stuff. Lots of good stuff to review this week, guys. Let's see. I believe Santa here on the roof. He got this bag on his back, and what are you about to do? Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, more bicycle streams. All right. Yeah, for sure. All right. Doing good. My girl asked me about We Live. Yeah, it's a good book, man. I like We Live. It's good. It's good. Definitely. Like, and for me, like, almost anything Aftershock, I'll go pick up the first issue to see if it's good. And almost every time they get me, where they got me last month was Miss Catonic. It was a good book, but like I feel like I've got to read it again. Like I feel after reading, I feel like I missed a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's a lot to absorb within it, which is a good thing. Had to get that. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see. Brother Hezekiah fully endorses Ice Cream Man. Oh yeah. Oh, see, there's the Pope Cerebus. I was just talking about you. Yeah, I was just talking about you a few minutes ago, lad. Is that the right accent? I feel like it might be. I don't know. Probably not. That sounded like more like a Scottish kind of thing. Kind of. Yeah. Oh man. Um, do life be good for you? Hey, Santa, did Disney do life day good for you? Oh, what? Huh? I don't know. How could Marvel not find enough work for writers like Chip Zdarsky where they feel like writing their own comics? Dude, yeah, yeah, absolutely, Chillmonger. Especially considering last year. Remember, wasn't it last year? It was the year before. I think it was, yeah, last year when we got. Remember, we got Spider-Man Life Story? No, that was 2 years ago. It was in 2018. Remember Spider-Man Life Story? Damn, that was a good book. Hell yeah! And my man Chillmonger in the house, guys. Go check out. If you're not subscribed to Chillmonger, like, I would say, what are you doing here? Other than like, like at least you're on the second best comic book channel on YouTube. Oh damn! Calm down, guys. Calm down. I mean, Chillmonger can be the first. I'll be the second. That's okay. Nah, Chillmonger's great, man. Go check out his channel. Seriously, if you're not subscribed to him, I'm not going to tell you to unsubscribe from me. But I would highly suggest just going to check him out. Speaking of Joker homage, have you seen the Jim Carrey Joker Fate trailer? No, I haven't. I haven't. Sounds good, though. Sounds good. Hickman and Ewing are doing a creator-owned comics, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Hickman's got, what's that one that's basically X-Men? Yeah. Um, and then, yeah, what was the one Ewing he's doing? How we only find them when they're dead or something like that? Yeah. Did you guys like the holiday special? I haven't watched it yet. I was like, man, I need to get on there and watch that with my kids. I haven't watched it yet. What's the point of YouTube when you're not subscribed to me? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What is the point? What is the point? I'm telling you. Ooh, and Chillmonger this week, man. Swordmaster issue number 12 come out. Have you been reading Swordmaster? Are you one of the reasons it got canceled, Chillmonger? You know what I'm talking about, man. Oh yeah. Yes, Trinity, you're second. It's your name. Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. Dang it. But anyway, guys, okay. So let's get into this talk. I want to talk for a few minutes about the thumbnail, About the thumbnail, the real social dilemma, right? The real social dilemma. Because everybody, has, probably watched this documentary. Everybody's, taking these things into consideration. Maybe you've watched that documentary. Like I was saying earlier at the beginning of the stream, maybe you watching like, oh my God, maybe you're alarmed. Oh my God. Maybe you're sitting like, yeah, okay. Maybe you're the cynic. I'm somewhere in between. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, people are there. They have these companies that run these algorithms, just like YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff. They do it to put things in your face. They know the things that you like, and they feed you the things that they want to feed you, right? Yeah. Those things that make you react. They get you triggered, and they get you on that keyboard and reacting. Because while you like that picture of the little puppy dog, you don't get on there and interact with people and go back and forth with people like you do on a tweet where you see election rigged. Trump says the election's rigged. Joe Biden wins the election. Gina Carano is a racist. Let's face it, Prowl. Let's face it, people. You react more with those more than you do with the little kitty cat videos that you like. Oh, it's so cute. You only give those a like. Maybe if it's your friend's picture or their video, maybe you say, oh, how cute. You know why? Because nobody goes in that picture and goes, that's not cute. Are you kidding me? That little kid's fucking ugly. And do you see the abuse they're putting that animal through? Oh my God. No. They do that with election stuff. They do that with celebrities that I don't like, but yet I feel the need to react to them, and therefore they react to me, and that kind of makes me a celebrity in my own right, because hey, who am I? I'm nobody, but look at you, you're somebody, you're reacting to me, right? Right? Now, the point being is we all know that, right? We already know. We've seen the documentary. Or maybe you're just smart and you know that stuff anyway. Maybe you're just smart and you know that stuff anyway. But what got me was, and it always gets me, it's always Facebook. These days, like, I interact way less on Facebook than I do everything. I know everybody talks about, oh, Twitter's so much worse. It's really not. Because there, I get social interaction. I'm just doing it mostly for the channel and stuff. I'm not putting my personal shit on there. I mean, like, maybe opinions and shit like that, just being silly, but for the most part, I don't like put my personal life on there. Most of the people on there aren't like my people that I know, like my family members and stuff like that. Fuck that, I don't give a shit about this. Maybe to an extent, but not enough to that they're following me on Twitter. But basically, it's those kind of interactions. But and that's kind of where you really see the worst of it. But I think Facebook is much worse. And I think a lot of times is because those people that are on our timelines, our personal friends, those are usually the faceless idiots that you deal with on Twitter. On Twitter, there's like, no, well, you're just some faceless idiot. I could care less. You get on Facebook, it's kind of like, yeah, my faceless idiot's my friend on Facebook. And some people can't take that. Some people can't take those interactions. And what it was is I often get like, seriously, I see these more on Facebook than I do on Twitter ever. But I get these things where I see these things where my friends are like, the Facebook cleaning. If you can see this post, I just went through and cleaned my Facebook friends list. Or, if you believe this, why don't you just delete me as your friend? Oh man, sack up and just delete the people you want off your timeline. Or they do the old, I'm gonna delete my profile. And not because like all of the stuff and all of the things that I can do and I can block this or that. It's just because, like, I just don't really like it anymore. All right. Oh, Discovery Bay, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. How's it going, man? I hope all is well. Make sure you guys go subscribe to JB at Discovery Bay. He does these streams where he goes out there and shouts out the community, does all. Just go check it out. Plus, he's the pop king. He does all these pop unboxings. He does what's in the box already. Go check him out. Great creator in the comic book community for sure. But this is what people do, It's like, bro, just, and it makes me laugh. I'm like, like, you don't have to delete your thing, and like, oh, well, it's tracking all this and that, and just all the stuff it puts on my timeline. Yeah, I get it, and they're like, and it's like, yeah, well, I know I can just delete the app from my phone. I can occasionally get on, I was like, yeah, I get it. Basically, you're saying that you're fucking weak and you have no resolve. You can't just look at the bullshit on your phone and keep scrolling. And if that's the case, absolutely take that shit off your phone. That doesn't mean you have to delete your profile. It doesn't mean any of that. Believe me, you already signed up. They already got your shit. You don't have to worry about them tracking you from now on and all this and that. Like, you already gave them that permission a long time ago. You delete your profile, don't matter. So it's useless to try to outrun that. Your shit's out there, right? It's out there. All you gotta do is interact with it if and when you want. And you gotta know that all of those things you're free to interact with or not interact with, right? It's ultimately up to you. But then that's the thing though, is you get these documentaries, and like I was saying earlier, you watch it, all of a sudden you're enlightened, you're so smart for a little while, and then it kind of goes away. Maybe you watch it again, you're like, oh my god, right? It comes back. But that's just the thing. I mean, I think it's something like, I think Apocalypse said it best I think it was in the Powers of X, Powers of 10. Somebody want to argue? Fight me. Where he said, that's the thing, like about knowledge. Too much of it, and the weak are basically frozen with fear of having to make a choice. They can't make a choice because like, oh my god, I know, like, I just like I can't say like, too much knowledge, and they're frozen with fear and they can't make a choice. But, and I'm paraphrasing here, but this is basically what he said. But too little knowledge, and they're ignorant. They'll just jump right into the fray without a care in the world, right? So you've got to be a little bit of both. The most important thing when it comes down to all of it, though, is you got to know yourself. You have to know yourself, right? I know, this is, we're getting into the Matrix here, right? And that's what it all deals with, right? It really does. Like, you think the Matrix was just some fucking cool movie with a bunch of, oh, cool, look at all that. No, I mean, it's got so much deep philosophy in it, but that's one of the things, though. It's one of the most important fucking things in the world, is know yourself. And what does that mean? Exactly. That doesn't mean that you have to know everything. You got, like, you're a perfect person or everything. It doesn't mean that. What it is you got to know who you are. You got to be secure in the person that you are. You have to come to terms with yourself before you can ever be successful at doing that with somebody else. You have to be able to do that with yourself. You have to not lie to yourself. You have to be truthful with yourself. And that starts with you and those around you. You really do have to know yourself and be true and be honest to who you are, right? You have to know there's some things that you do know, there's some things that you don't know, that you still have plenty to learn. If you're somebody that thinks you fucking know it all, you don't. You don't. You do have to be self-reflective. You have to, but the other thing is, you look at other people's shit. Something that my parents grew up always telling me, especially my father. Learn from other people's mistakes. Look at the things that other people do and learn from that. Don't go repeat those mistakes. Chances are at some point you might, maybe you forget, but learn from other people's mistakes. But the most important thing when it comes to all that stuff is you still have to know yourself. And what does that come down to? A lot of times that really comes down to your self-esteem, your confidence in yourself, how you look at yourself, all of these things. It's really important. Because if you hop online and you're sitting there, looking, if you don't have that sort of confidence in yourself and you don't have your own self-worth, if you don't value yourself, you cannot seek validation online. You absolutely can't. Matter of fact, I would say if you don't have that, If you don't have that self-confidence in yourself, if you don't have that strength, that resolve, you probably shouldn't be on fucking social media whatsoever. Seriously. It's something you need to, and that's the thing. It's because there's people on the internet who can help you with that. There's books out there you can go read books. It's not a completely lost art form, but it's something that's very important because you cannot get that from social media, and if you do, you're fucking headed down a terrible and rough path. Just don't do it. That's the whole point. But that's what a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. A lot of people are young, and that's why it's very important not to, if you're a parent, that's why it's important to talk to your kids and be interactive with them and let them know these things. Let them know how people are. Know that there are kids out there, maybe like my kids. There are kids out there not as fortunate as them. But also let them know how other kids are. There are kids out there who are mean. All these different things. These are things you're going to have to deal with in life. So it's important that you get that. And, a lot of times as parents are a lot of times their kids' first bully. Like, let's be honest, they are. And then after that, it's going to be family members. It's always those closest to us. Our biggest abusers are those closest to us. And by abuse, I don't mean it has to be like they're sitting there beating you or anything sexual or anything like that. The abuse can be, and it's not like they're doing it intentionally either, but a lot of that mental abuse still comes out. It still does, because a lot of times people aren't thinking about how other people are affected by the things that they say, or thinking about the way it at least impacts that person. You just never know, right? But the point being is you have to have that yourself. You can't seek that out, that validation online. It's going to be not good. For one, you can take a look at feedback you get online from all kinds of different things, right? You could look at go through a YouTube video and look at the comments in the video, and you can see people who are real fans of whatever creator it is, and you can see the haters, right? That's the thing, is because what's going to happen is with a lot of these people is they narrow in on those haters and they worry about that, which is, or could be, a good thing. The thing is you can't focus on that, and you certainly can't just focus on all the positive. You got to look at both, and you got to realize that some people like you, some people don't. Some people are going to like you no matter what you do. Some people just don't like you. Maybe it's your voice. Maybe it's your face. Maybe it's your shit opinions. Maybe your opinions aren't shit. Maybe they have shit opinions. That's kind of the whole point. You can't seek that out. But that in itself comes with, like I said, the whole dilemma there really comes to down to you, the person. These people who are on the social medias and stuff, like, oh, I'm gonna delete my stuff and all these things. Is like, if that's what you need to do for you, you need to do that. Absolutely, you should do that. But even once, like I said, you watch these documentaries, and like all of a sudden you feel like you know it all. You got this kind of new knowledge, right? These like, you're enlightened now, right? You're enlightened now, and it lasts for a little while, but ultimately it still always comes down to the same thing, and it comes down to that is having that knowledge, knowing that, like, okay, like, these things. So take that into consideration when you're hopping online. Know that there's people out there who don't take this whole thing seriously and just like to have fun. Like me. On social media, all I do is fuck around. I mean, occasionally I'll post some serious shit, but it's just all fun for me. Most of the people I know, like online, Facebook, like I've got, like actual people I don't know. It's just all fun interactions. Like, and you either follow me or you don't. You either, just whatever. I laugh at everything. I joke about everything. It's all good. And and that's just it, because I do know myself. I know how I feel about a lot of things. Now, there are, of course, times where things become questionable, where I see things that I've seen other people do or say or anything like that. And I'm kind of like, and it's not that it rubs me the wrong way. It's that it's like, you see it and you're like, Oh. And you kind of don't know. You know what I mean? You really have to look at the shit. And you're like, ah, I, hmm. Occasionally those things come along. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff comes down to you have to know yourself. All of this seeking validation, you can't do that online. But a lot of these things, like I said, that is the real social dilemma. The real social dilemma is you. You're the problem, right? And maybe not you specifically, but it all comes down to you. How do you interact with the people on the social medias? How seriously do you take it? Are you seeking validation through it? Are you just there for some laughs? Now, here's the dangerous thing, too. If you're just there for some laughs and to have fun, what if nobody else is laughing? It's not fun to laugh alone, for one. You can do it for a little while. But again, what are you getting out of it, you know? What are you wanting out of it? Keep these things in mind. It's important stuff. It's important stuff. But, man, okay. And that's the thing, is like I was saying, I see these friends, I see these people on Facebook and all this stuff, they do these kind of things. I'm deleting my profile. Like, cool, do it. Do it. If that's what you need to do for you, you need to do that. But the thing is again, sometimes when you get this knowledge of these things, or maybe you start to feel this certain way, you just completely start to shut it out. You know, and doing that, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong if you want to disconnect from social media. You want to get off Facebook, you want to get off Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. I'm not going to say don't do it, but have a good reason for doing it. Don't do it as something that you're going to shut out some important stuff from your life, some things that could be good, meaningful interactions with people. You know, like, oh, people know my number, they know how to get a hold of me. Yeah, but maybe most of the people that you know, maybe they mostly post those pictures, those family memories, and those things on their Facebook or their Instagram, and you refuse to interact with them because they just need to text you. I mean, do you text them your family pictures and all your memories? Funny little jokes? I mean, some people do. Like, I got friends, you know, we sit there and chat and just shoot the shit back and forth. But for the most part, you know, and it's not like you need that. It's not like you need that. Those truly important people, you do send letters to still. You will send an email to. You will send that text message to. Those are the ones that really matter. But again, you still risk locking yourself in a little bubble as well. You know what I mean? As much as some of that stuff you can't resist some of those other things out there, you're still kind of doing it. That's why I say you gotta, again, it comes down to you have to know yourself, and you have to have good reasons for why you're doing what you're doing. Because if you're doing it for these kind of ridiculous reasons, it's just like people deleting their friends over political opinions and shit like that. If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you were never in it for the right reasons, right? And you don't, you know, like that's really what it comes down to. So what are the intentions? What do you want out of it? You get what you put into it, and sometimes even more, right? But you still are responsible for all of those things, as much as the algorithm is, right? Can't always pass the buck on things, and that's something funny too, because you know, and it's never really been my thing. But I seen this post also on Facebook yesterday where somebody was talking about their channel. You know, it's in this YouTube group. They're like, does anybody else have problems like balancing their personal life with being a YouTube content creator? And now I could get that. Everybody's trying to get famous and make a big name for themselves. The thing is like, no, like priorities. Keeping your life in balance should be your priority. YouTube, while maybe you want to make a career out of it, maybe your channel's growing, maybe it's getting bigger. I mean, if it's paying your bills, if it's your main source of income, yeah, you probably want to focus on that. But that in itself becomes its priority. If you have your life, and that's not your, chances are, if you're asking that question, YouTube isn't your priority. Being a content creator isn't your priority, and you need to keep that the priority and worry about the other secondary. Again, comes down to priorities. And you know, people could, here's the thing, is you could easily pass the buck. People do it all the time. People do it all the time, right? You know, because even saying the YouTube content creator, like, well, like, yeah, but like my channel's doing good and it's growing, and I wanna turn this into a thing. I mean, I'm making a little bit of money and it's doing good. Again, priorities. Because yeah, it's doing good. Now, here's the thing: is it your dream? Is it something is it something you're good at and you really want to do? I'm not saying give up on your dreams, because you should certainly have those. Because having a job and all that stuff sucks, and you do want to do something that you'd rather enjoy, and I get that. There's kind of a trap there, though. What street do you want to go down? Because if that's the case, you need to commit to one or the other. If things are getting out of balance for you, getting out of balance for you, right? But the priority has to be what pays your bills, what keeps your family supported, right? Or maybe you don't have a family, maybe it's yourself. What pays your bills? Do that one. But however, that can actually be the killer of your dreams as well. That can deter you from being able to make all the content creation, right? It can. And that's where you, as a person, have to make that choice for yourself. You can't ask somebody else for that advice. It's what can you do? What are you able to do? That's what it comes down to. You know, and priorities, you know, like, oh, priorities, yeah, but like this is a priority, like, I get it, but where does the priority really lie? Like, is it more of something like is it more of a need or a want? And what level is that at? These are all things that you have to gauge for yourself. And so like I said, on that question, like, if your life is out of order and you're dealing with doing that and content creation, obviously you're not dealing on content creation for your main source of income. So you need to concentrate on the job and do the other secondary. And what you can do is, you can't do it daily, you can't do it every other. You focus on quality. You make it as good as you can, right? And you do all those things that the gurus tell you to do, and that's what you do. But at the same time, if you can work for yourself doing content creation, of course do that. And that's the thing, is what you got to decide for yourself. You can't have somebody say, oh, that's stupid, and be looking to other people for that advice, saying that these things are stupid and that you can't that you shouldn't chase these dreams, because you can absolutely do it. But be realistic with yourself about these same things. Again, what does that come down to with this whole thing we're talking about here? Is the dilemma is yourself. Having that confidence, having that self-validation, and having realistic goals, and knowing the things you're actually capable of, and not just people churching you up and saying, oh no, you're doing good, it's all great, because you cannot count on that validation. You have to know that stuff for yourself. It's important. It's important. Whew. Anyway, I feel like I've gone on a little bit too long here. Let's see where we're at here in the chat. I don't want to be here today at work. I mean, yeah, I watched it twice. Going to be 3 tonight. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, the holiday special. Trinity, do you think Spider-Man 3 will have the Sinister Six villains in it? Why or why not? Well, technically they've got Vulture already, so yeah, of course. So I mean, he's one of them. Honestly, I don't really trigger that easily unless someone misclassify what an anti-hero is, right? Does that voice have a name? Karen, perhaps? Oh man, that's funny. Disco, yeah, Discovery Bay. Yeah, Trinity acting masterclass. Oh man, I love all the voices. You can read a storybook like that. Yeah, I know. I've thought about it. I've thought about doing that. Keep scrolling is a key to happiness. Yeah, absolutely. That beard though, Trinity looks like a lawn gnome. Oh man, that's good. That's good. I like it. Oh man, Braveheart or some shit. Yeah, yeah. Will Morgan, guys, you guys need to go check out Will Morgan's channel again. Meta Egg, Meta Meta Egg. Go check out his channel. Great content. I think I haven't seen a new video pop up yet, but I think he's got 2 videos out. They are fire. Go check him out. He's gonna do nothing but improve. That's good. I can already tell you. It's good. He's actually inspired me a little bit. I'll be honest with you. He inspired me. I'm actually working on a script. I know, right? I'm actually working on a script for a video. I'm not just gonna pew pew pew. I'm not just gonna shoot from the hip. Oh man. Reading comics in character would be amazing. Yeah, I need to do that. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I could do that. Trinity is a top hat away from being Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. Or maybe he's a bull biter away from being a minotaur, right? Yeah, minotaur. Oh, hate that I have to work. Yeah, I hear you. Flip side of the coin is you got a lot of motherfucking idiots who have all the self-confidence to ignorantly flap their gums and their shitty opinions all day long without any self-reflection. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You must have put that in there as I was getting through the apocalypse quote. Yeah. Best way to discredit people's ideas? Let them speak. Absolutely. I've been nicer lately. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Pope Cerebus. Oh, man. You mean, like, listen? But it's true. It's true. Landon says, I don't use anything, just YouTube. I have no friends, and I don't need them. All I need is myself. The people I used to talk to were the ones that got me messed up in my head. Yeah, well, you just need to make some new friends. Man. Mike Porter says, preach it. Nerdy Blurb, my man. Ooh. Speaking of which, guys, go check out Nerdy Blurb TV because tonight, the Nostalgia Wars starts. Oh, God dang it. Motherfucking Tonsberg, Norway. I'm never going to forget that shit. You know how, like, when you watch those TV shows, like, what is it, like, is it Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I don't know. And you see people out there, and they're answering these questions, and they have, like, to win the $1 million, they have, like, the easiest fucking question in the world. And everybody's sitting there like, oh, this is so easy, you got this. And then they answer it wrong. And it's something they should have fucking known. Motherfucking Tonsberg, Norway. Son of a bitch, man. Motherfucking Tonsberg, Norway. I hope that's not tonight. I hope I fucking made it past that, man. Oh, Kitty Pryde was one of them too? I remember Kitty Pryde was one of them too. Yeah, that's right. Shit, that is right. Oh, shit. Wow. Believe me, guys, what I was just going through there, those people who were sitting there on that stage had to go through a lot worse than that. For $1 million, like, all I do is look like a fucking idiot on YouTube. God damn it. But I guess I do that every day anyway, right? You know what? Can we just cancel that, Ryan? Like, can we just cancel that whole thing? Because like I feel like I'm gonna lose fucking huge nerd points and major street cred, or YouTube cred anyway. Can we? How much do I have to send? How much do I have to? How much do I have to donate? It just be like a forfeit. It just be like a forfeit. Oh man. Oh man, good point, Trinity. Man's gotta know his limitations. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh shit, Trinity talking about Facebook posts starting out. Yeah, right. Oh man, I feel like YouTube is a balance for me. Filming my hobby rather than worrying about the fame. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've been through the getting blinded by numbers and content. I don't like to make. No more of that. I want to make what I want, and for me, if people watch, great. But family first, then play. Absolutely. Doesn't mean I hope that things do well, but my universe isn't shattered as long as my priorities aren't compromised. Absolutely. I hope they do some sort of Sinister Six in Sonyverse, but like Suicide Squad vibe. Yeah, I think they will. I think they will too. Yeah. Mysterio assembles them. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Meta Egg. Freaking amazing stuff. Answer Kitty Pryde. Yeah, man, I remember that Kitty Pryde one too. Shit. Yeah. Right, I didn't know you were so beat about that. Yeah. Yeah, sure, just cancel a project that video deleted. Hey, I'm saying, how much does it take? I'm how much? Money talks, right? Hey, look, if Elon Musk can put Josh from the Den of Nerds out of order, surely I can put one little YouTube video competition, or at least one round of it out of commission. Like, I'm no Elon Musk, but you know, man. I gotta say I'm not cool with you. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even have all the stuff up. I don't even see who else here right now. But I wonder if Aglax has ever done a video of the "I'm trying to reach you about your car expanded warranty spammers." Just got a call. Yeah, you know what? Oh, you know, I think I want to say that he did. I want to say that he did, and I'm forgetting. I want to say that he did though. You should, yeah, look into some of the spam calls because I think he did one. But anyway, guys, it's about that time. I'm gonna bring the stream to an end. I hope you're all having a very good day. Make sure that you go out to your local comic book shop and check out some great comic books. There's a lot of good things hitting the shelves today, so make sure you do that. Yeah, you got shit on the blurb. All right. But you all have a very good day, and we will see you in the next video. Later.